I was lying in bed this morning trying to figure out how to navigate a challenge with a family member, and I realized something profound that I've never shared in a video before. In this video, I'll answer three big questions. What do you need to do in order to make your human design work? Why do you need that thing? And how do you get this all important thing? In the process, I'm going to give you a bunch of examples. I'll do them based on type, as that's the easiest way to include you if you're really new to human design, or if you've already been in your experiment for many years already. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Carolyn Sathwell. I'm one of the early adopters of human design in Australia after discovering this work more than a decade ago. And I think what I'm about to share in this video is one of the most important and overlooked aspects of actually living your design. So firstly, what do you need in order to make your human design work? Your energetic design is running your life whether you realize it or not. Your defined gates are forever doing things in your life on your behalf, as are the lines and the colors and the tones and so on. But to make your life really work like it's supposed to, you have to be able to follow your strategy and your inner authority. That means relating to people and opportunities correctly for your human design type, and also making decisions that are correct for you. My my experience in my own human design experiment, as well as observing family members and, of course, serving countless clients over the years, has shown me that unless you feel safe to follow your strategy and honor your inner authority, you'll struggle to make use of human design. And more than that, you'll struggle to make your life work. But why? Why do you need to feel safe in order to live your design? Well, to answer this question well, I need to give you some examples, which I'll do in a minute. But broadly speaking, we have been conditioned to relate to people and opportunities in particular ways. You were taught, just like I was, to make friends a certain way, to meet a romantic partner a particular way, to get a job, start a business, or gain clients a certain way. You were also taught to make decisions a particular way. And those ways of relating to people, gaining new opportunities, and making decisions might not have been the right ways for you. They might have been right for your teachers or your parents or the other adults around you when you were growing up, but that doesn't mean they were right for you. This is why human design is so valuable. It shows you how you are designed energetically from birth to do these things the right way for you. But knowing how you're designed to do these things is only half the picture. Being able to actually do these things in your own life is another. And if you don't feel safe to do something different than what your parents and teachers and preachers and the media and society taught you, then you'll never be able to live the gold that's revealed in your human design chart. Now, if you're finding this video helpful so far, can you give it a like so others can benefit from it as well? Then we'll look at some of those examples. For the manifester, their biggest issue is when they stop initiating. Initiating is essential for the manifester. This can happen because as a child, they had too many experiences of being controlled and or rejected. Because these experiences are so painful, they had no choice but to shut down. This makes them become either compliant or avoidant or both. This is a total energetic mismatch for the impactful initiating human the manifester came here to be. For the generator, their biggest issue is when they don't honor their gut. They end up frustrated and burned out because they say yes when they want to say no, and sometimes they say no when they want to say yes. And because for a long time they can do so much, they do so much. And this is born out of the belief that work has to be hard and it can't be fun. And it causes them to hate their work and want to escape and go on holidays all the time. Is it Friday yet? They don't create the kind of magical life force energy that feels so delicious to them and is so rejuvenating, but also that the rest of us need to build a more sustainable world. For the manifesting generator, their biggest issue that was caused by having a less than safe childhood is that they shrink because they were told they were too much. To tell an MG, manifesting generator child, to constantly sit still or be quiet or focus on one thing or finish what you start can be so harmful for them, as they have such big energy. it needs a lot of space. They need a lot of space to move. So they have no choice but to dim their light or to unconsciously create a lot of chaos as they try and express that light. Or often they will oscillate between those two. This is a far cry from the magnetic, joyful, expansive MG they were born to be. The world needs them. We need you to be big and bold and playful and lit up by life. And that provides light for the rest of us as well. If you've already thought of someone who could benefit from this video, please feel free to pause this now and share it with them. The more people who understand why they behave the way they do, the more people we can help to actually live the power and beauty of their design. Now, for the projector, their biggest issue occurs if they never learned how to wait for recognition and true invitations. If they didn't learn this in childhood, they won't get the wonderful invites they long for in adulthood either. How it shows up in the real life of a projector is that they don't value themselves. They try to get attention in any way they possibly can. They struggle with all sorts of personal and professional relationships, and that causes them to live a life that is a tiny echo of what's possible for them. Projectors are here to guide people, processes, and energy to create the greatest outcomes for everybody. But they can only do that if they value themselves enough to wait for true invitations. Ask me how I know. I'm a 2-4 emotional projector. Finally, for the reflector, their biggest issue is that they get lost in everyone else's stuff. If they never learned that they were a mirror, and let's face it, human design is so new that most people don't realize reflectors even exist and that we even have this tiny group that are mirrors. So it's understandable. And it means that they can endlessly struggle to know what is theirs and what is the other person's. It causes them to rush into making decisions because they think they need to do it as fast as everyone around them. This leads to making the wrong decisions again and again, and it makes it almost impossible to find the community that they're here to be the center of. Reflectors long to be surprised and delighted by the magnificence of life. They intuitively know how to spot when something isn't a match for where it's supposed to be in time and space. But they can't do this important work if they're identified with everyone around them, thinking that there's something that they're not. So that leaves us with the all-important question. How do you find enough of a sense of safety that you can live your design to the fullest potential, to unravel all of this stuff that somebody accidentally gave you that they didn't mean to, so that you can live out the power and beauty of your design? Well, the answer is simple, but it's not easy. You have to find an effective, efficient, gentle way to decondition, and whatever tool you use, it has to be something you can use a little bit most days for a long period of time. Because as much as we like to get sold big cathartic processes, the nervous system responds really well when we do tiny little changes over time. That's how I have created all of the success that I have in my life with radical transformations, is one tiny step at a time. So because this is an inside out job, you have to create the sense of safety within yourself first. And then it will start to be reflected in your relationships and your life circumstances. Inside out, inside first. Yes, lean on the relationships you have that already feel safe and good. Yes, lean on the resources and the places and spaces that feel good. And if you haven't got a tool to support you to unravel the beliefs and the pains and the stories and the traumatic experiences, the wounds of the past, then it's time, my dear, to find one. Now, I have been using various versions of tapping for about the last decade or so. And I've melded everything useful that I've learned in that period of time into what I'm now calling trauma-informed tapping. If you would like to learn tapping from scratch, or you're a seasoned tapper, you might be a highly certified, qualified tapper yourself, but you want to make it more effective or more gentle or both, then you'll find a link in the video description to my coaching calendar. I still currently offer a small number of private, tailored one-on-one coaching sessions where I'll take you from wherever you are now and build on what you already know, so you can walk away with a simple, effective way to decondition that you can do on your own without needing a practitioner all the time, because we need to be able to do this work a little bit on our own on a regular basis. So whether you do this healing work with me or some other way, and whether you do it through tapping or some other way, it is essential that you do this work. Because if you resonate with any of the examples that I mentioned in this video, without learning the skill of healing your own system and practicing it regularly, you may never feel safe enough to make any use of human design or to live your amazing, beautiful human design out in the real world and share it with all the rest of us. And if I want anything for you, it's for you to live out the power and beauty of who you were born to be.